Good morning, everybody. It's day 37 of climbing Mount Everest. Today, we're at Camp 2, and we're going to be pushing up to Camp 3. We're going to be hopping on oxygen, going on the Lhotse face. It's going to be a huge day. And in the next few days, we'll be preparing ourselves to push for the summits. So yeah, enjoy. All right, we're leaving Camp 2 for good, Furba.
Yep.
Doesn't look too crowded up the Lhotse face today?
No. For us, no. But yes, of course, for yesterday. From 3 to 4, there's a big crowd.
Look at that thing. It's insane. Hopping on the O's today. In the down suits. It's already hot in this thing. That's all right though. Crampons on.
Yes.
It's not so bad. Holy.
So right.
There's so much people. Staying cool out here today. Don't want to get too hot. Might take this off. We've got the strap, so. Yeah. Skibidi dot dot. Skibidi dot dot dot.
Somebody dop, dop, dop.
So we got the oxygen bottle on the pack. Turn it to a nice flow rate of 2. And we breathe through this thing. See how it feels. So anyways, we hooked up our oxygen, we had our crampons on, and we starts off pretty mellow, just this small little slope. Here we are with the oxygen. Definitely was feeling it right as I put it on. I mean, just going up this slope, you just have much more breath. We weren't on a huge flow rate, getting a decent amount of oxygen though. Anyways, we got to this wall, which is really the first part where you get onto any sort of fixed lines on your way to Camp 3. Just a small little steep section. This is really melted since our last time up here, so you really don't need to use your ascender anymore. You can kind of just grab this thing with your hands, this rope. Anyways, yeah, we just had to scale this. This was kind of our first obstacle. Once you get over that small little wall, you get into this big flat section, which will lead you to the bottom of the Lhotse face. But yeah, it's pretty mellow until you get there. Back in the flats, leading up to the face. We're kind of zooming on oxygen right now. Furba does not need oxygen. Feels pretty good, it's just gets hot underneath it. Crevasses. We continued towards the end of this flat section. It starts getting a little bit more steep, and you can kind of see we're really leveraging ourselves into the Lhotse face. But really felt good on oxygen. We were all moving. I mean, it looks like we're moving very slow, but we have pretty heavy packs this time because we are moving up, and we have the oxygen bottles, which adds a little bit of weight, but feels good. About an hour in, sun's starting to come out. It's gonna get hot. Furba, what if it gets too hot out there?
Actually, if there's wind, no hot.
You think there's wind?
No wind, very hot.
Is there wind up there, you think?
I don't think so.
Look at all those. But as you can see, we got what we call the Black Mamba here. Pretty much the biggest teams are all going up to Camp 4 at the same time, so it makes that crazy line.
Nice crack right here. Is it? This actually feels amazing.
Getting out of this, like.
And then after going through the flats and hopping over a few big cracks, we finally got to the fixed lines of lhotse face. On the fixed lines, head up the lhotse face, the Bergstrand. Bergstrand hustled all the way down there to here. So now it's time to hop on the fixed lines here. We first clip in with our safety carabiner, which will catch us if we do end up falling. And of course, we clip in with our ascender, which is going to save our progress and prevents us from falling backwards. And we can only move forward with this. So essentially, right when you get onto the lhotse face, you have this big wall that you have to get across, or up, sorry. Here we are. And it's a little bit finicky right here. The rope gets really tight, but anyways, just gotta move from one anchor point to another. So if you end up falling, you're gonna hit an anchor point and not fall all the way down the ropes. So I'm struggling a little bit here to get my ascender off, but yeah, basically you're just going from one rope to the next. And this little Bergstrand area is a bit tricky. You have an ice wall right here, which you gotta really dig your front points into. Takes little bits, and this is a pretty common bottleneck spots because it's melted off a lot, so it's a little bit sketchy here. But yeah, we're just kind of moving up this with our ascender, really focusing on that footwork so we can get onto the actual face.
I'll see you on the other side. Once we get up this, just straight.
Yep.
So once you get to the top of the Bergstrand, right before getting onto the actual lhotse face, you have a pretty significant ice wall here, which used to be a lot worse, but it's melted down a lot since our last rotation. But yeah, it's a little sketchy.
Garrett!
After getting to the top of that small wall, you're welcome with the lhotse face. Just a giant slope that if you end up falling and you're not clipped in, you will fall very, very far. It's a pretty exhausting climb. We've already went up this once on our first rotation. There's quite a bit more people out this time. But essentially, you have these ropes that are anchored in all the way up this slope. You can see the people going all the way up there. And you just have to go from one section to the next, clipping in and out until you get to the top. So yeah, it's a bit of a grind. So after stepping over that big crack, we had another climber right here who was on his way down. I'm pretty sure just today there was a lot of other summiters. We're going up a little bit later, which is usually what our guide Garrett is known to do, just to avoid the crowds. But we ended up getting behind some people anyways, but way better than the lines that I was pointing out in the past few logs. There was a lot of people going up. But we had a little bit more freedom, I guess, this time, and there were still some steps kicked in for us to head up. So, yeah, it made it pretty pleasant of an experience. Here, me and our lead Sherpa Furba were passing up a few climbers that were going a little bit slower, so we're going to be unclipping from the rope and clipping around them. So you have to be pretty intricate with this, because if you slip while you're unclipping around somebody, then you're not clipped into anything, so you're going to fall. So you kind of have to go one at a time, make sure that you always have something connected to the rope. Oh, little liner got caught in the carabiner there. You got to watch out for that one. That's a classic mishap out here. Anyways, basically we're just continuing up the face here, and you'll see in a second you can see a giant ice wall that basically is our goal. So you can see the kind of ice hump up ahead that we have to get to.
Furba! Almost to the ice. We got a little bit more technical. Luckily the sun's not out.
We're about halfway, we're further than halfway at this point, but once you get up to that thing, it gets a little bit technical and it takes a lot out of you. So really making sure to take deep breaths with the oxygen here, and yeah. So as we were approaching the big ice hump, there was something weird going on up top. You could see from down here, it looked like somebody was being dragged down. And soon we'd figure out that it was an alive person, but they were in pretty bad condition. They were getting pretty much short roped down by like 3 different people. Not even short roped, but yeah, just getting dragged down. So it didn't look that good for them, but as far as I know, I think they survived. I know they were alive while they were getting dragged down here, but yeah. But I'm not exactly sure what happened to him or her. I'm assuming it was some sort of altitude symptom like HAPE or HACE. But I gotta say, it's really impressive how these guys are actually able to get this person down. I'm assuming once they actually do get down from Camp 3 to Camp 2, they're on their way down the Lhotse face right now. They'll get helicopter evac'd from Camp 2 and hopefully make a recovery. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that is insane that they're able to handle that. So props to these guys for rescuing.
We're almost there. Get over this.
What's that?
One more ice hump after this and we're good.
So once you get over that huge ice hump, there's about one more smaller hump, as you can kind of see, that will go up in a second here. And then this one pretty much leads right into Camp 3. So yeah, I mean, that's most of the elevation gain.
4 hours, reach Camp 3. Whole team made it up. Yeah. And the sun just came out. Very nice. Yeah, Doji! Came a long way, didn't we?
Camp 3 was definitely one of the craziest camps I had ever been in, and especially stayed in. You're really slanted here. You have to dig out a flat tent spots when the tents are being set up. It is just crazy, and there's literally fixed lines going through the camp, because there's that literally a danger of you falling. So I mean, this is pretty crazy out here. It gets a little bit wild, but anyways, we got to our campsite. How we doing in there?
Oh, but the fucking snow is like collapsing into our tent. Somebody would like shovel the shit out. It's like, what the fuck? It's like the tent's already too small and now it's collapsing into the tub of our tent.
Hey, stop complaining in there.
No, I'm just trying to fucking find a shovel so I can dig it out.
Is it really like collapsing on our tent?
Hey, you get in here and lay down on your fucking pad and then I want to hear you say not a peep.
No, we got Camp 3. We did a good job today. Crazy tent spots, huh?
I want to film you laying on your bed.
Okay. Hey, you see all this? You see all this right here?
As you observe the no complaint rule.
Good day. Camp 3 is something else out here. I love how you need fixed lines to get through Camp 3. It's like... But anyways, we closed out with an absolutely beautiful day of the entire Khumbu Valley. Really nice mountains off in the distance. You're pretty much level with the clouds. And that's where we're going to be heading tomorrow. So no rest day. We're just heading straight up to Camp 4 tomorrow. And then we'll have one rest day there. And then we're going to be pushing for the summit. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you all tomorrow.